The CLT's background started by a British linguist, David Arthur Wilkins, who proposed a functional or communicative definition of language that could serve as a basis for developing communicative syllables for language teaching. Wilkins attempted to demonstrate the systems of meanings that lay behind the communicative uses of language. He described two types of meanings: notional categories, concepts such as time, sequence, quantity, location, and frequency, and categories of communicative function, requests, denials, offers, and complaints. Wilkins expanded his 1972 document into a book titled Notional Syllables, which had a significant impact on the development of CLT. Then the Council of Europe incorporated his semantic communicative analysis into a set of specifications for a first-level communicative language syllables. That was the CLT's background. After, in 1980, Cannell and Swain focused more on communicative competence. These communicative competences are in four dimensions: grammatical competence, social-linguistic competence, discourse competence, and strategic competence. Grammatical competence refers to what Chomsky calls linguistic competence and what Himes intends by what is formally possible. It is the domain of grammatical and lexical capacity. Social-linguistic competence refers to an understanding of the social context in which communication takes place, including role relationships, the shared information of the participants, and the communicative purpose for their interaction. Discourse competence refers to the interpretation of individual message elements in terms of their interconnectedness and of how meaning is represented in relationships to the entire discourse or text. And strategic competence refers to the coping strategies that communicators employ to incite, terminate, maintain, repair, and redirect communication.
According with the linguistic Burns in her book Interpreting Communicative Language Teaching, he includes a useful summary of 8 characteristics of communicative language teaching. The first is that language teaching is based on a view of language as communication. That is, language is seen as a social tool that the speaker uses to make meaning. Speakers communicate about something to someone for some purpose, either orally or in writing. 2. Diversity is recognized and accepted as a part of language developed and used in second language learners and users, as it is with first language users. 3. A learner's competence is considered in relative, not in absolute terms. 4. More than one variety of the language is recognized as a viable model for learning and teaching. 5. Culture is recognized as instrumental in shaping speakers' communicative competence in both their first and subsequent language. 6. No single methodology or fixed set of techniques in precedent. 7. Language use is recognized as serving ideational, interpersonal, and textual function, and it's related to the development of learners' competence in age. 8. It is essential that the learners be engaged in doing things with language. That is, that they use language for a variety of purposes in all phases of learning. One major feature of communicative language teaching is part and group work. This type of work is suggested to encourage students to use and practice function. A third role of the teacher is that of researcher and learning, with much to contribute in terms